Welcome everybody. Welcome. Off the ropes. This is George.
This is Julian, man. How y'all doing, man? It's been a little bit, but like I said, we're running into crap in the world today. But it's been a fun couple of weeks for boxing. You
Absolutely,
know,
absolutely, man. Last few weeks
starting.
have been pretty crazy as well. And first things first, we'll jump right into it really quick. Julian, who fought this past weekend or a fight on Thursday.
Well, pretty much Mauricio Gesta versus I think Javier Lopez, correct? He fought. Yeah, who he fought? Yeah,
He fought Diaz.
yeah. Okay, Diaz. Oh my bad,
Carlos
wrong
Diaz.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlos Diaz. Yeah, so I mean, Mauricio Gesta, pretty cool dude, veteran fighter. Back in the mix. You know, just, spoke with him a little bit on IG.
Hmm.
He's rather cool guy. He said he's just destined to get back into the mix here. Just missed all the excitement. And big ups to him. For his victory. I mean, he just overpowered Diaz, and it was just
Yeah.
vintage Jesta.
Yep. Huge congratulations. Even though he's not ranked in the 135, 130 yet. But still, he's been a pretty good fighter, nonetheless, in his division. Let's see what happens, man. In the future, it looks pretty good, and it's always good to see a guy get back on the winning streak. So
It's an
again,
open division.
huge congratulations against to Jesta again. So well, this fight that just happened this weekend, Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. There's not much to really say about the undercards. I mean, me and Julian. Hey, thank you for inviting me and my family over to the
Oh
to
yeah,
baby girl's little birthday party. I had a good
yeah,
time. We were watching, the undercards, having some pizza, playing video games, winning tokens, and all that fun shit that you do when you go to Peter Piper. So,
yeah.
thank
That
you,
was
and then
good.
happy late birthday to baby girl, man. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you
But
very much. Yeah, she
yeah,
had a good time. She had a damn good
I'm
time.
sure she did, man. Tons of cupcakes and cake and everything. But really not too much to really say on the undercard. I mean, we saw it. We both were looking at each other like, oh shit, he so and so won. But obviously, the main attraction here is the Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Julian, what did you see from Tyson Fury, man? What impressed you, and what is your overall thought on that, man? What did you think of this fight that just happened?
Patience. That's what he had. That's what he carried this fight. He really established his jab. To Dylan White. He made his power known early. Of course, he was setting up the uppercut that, of course, ended the fight.
Hmm.
The whole fight. With his distance, with his range. Of course, he was setting it all up with the jab. We've seen a few power shots that Dylan White was just, throwing back on. Dylan White just couldn't establish anything in this fight. I mean, nothing. I mean, he claimed, that Tyson Fury pushed him, but dude, like, you got up, you're fumbling into the ropes, man. Like, what do you like? What do you like? How's that? I don't get it as cheating. I don't call it cheating.
Yeah,
It's just a clean uppercut that landed right in the behind the ear. You know, right behind the ear, right here. That's where you just caught him, and like I just all power to Tyson Fury. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, just all this buzz that he's retiring. I don't believe it.
yeah. No,
Yeah, yeah,
Tyson Fury.
yeah.
He's just
Yeah, I don't believe it at all. I mean, there's still that Usyk fight or versus AJ, winner. I mean, like I said, we don't know who's gonna win that fight yet. Of course, we're still waiting.
mhm.
Of course, we're still waiting that fight. Of course, we're hearing Randy Reeves being back in the mix versus King Kong, Louis Ortiz as well. I mean, the heavyweight divisions,
Yeah.
heavyweight divisions coming up, But like I said, I mean, I just don't see nobody beating this man right now.
Yeah, and and yeah, you have those two guys named right now, Ruiz and Ortiz, but right now those aren't the fights that are attractive right now to Tyson Fury. Um, I mean, it was beautiful to see that uppercut. I don't remember if you remember this a couple years back. Tyson Fury was a meme. Do you remember that with the uppercut where he
Oh
bounced
yeah,
off the guy himself in the eye?
yeah. No, no,
The
I
good thing
remember
that
that
didn't
one.
happen, man. Good thing that
That
didn't
was when
happen.
when when he had hair.
That was yeah, Tyson Fury. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the in shape Tyson Fury. Not that he's not in shape now. I mean, he is a
I
shape, right?
mean,
He's a shape now.
he's
But
a he's a dad bod boxer, brother. That's all I can
hey,
say,
nothing
bro.
wrong with that,
I
bro.
love it. I love it,
Hey,
bro.
come on, Ruiz, showed you didn't have to go to he showed you all you gotta do is just burn that gym membership, learn to
Yeah.
box a little bit, and you could beat the most in shape looking guy in the room. But my overall assessment, man, I thought Tyson Fury he pretty much did what I expected. I didn't expect for it to end in the fifth round like that. I know you mentioned it. You called it. You said that you called this in the fourth, fifth round. But you stood firm on the fifth round, man, and that was a great call by you. I didn't think it was going to happen that soon. I thought he would have worn down Whyte a little bit later. I would have thought maybe like mid to maybe past like 7 rounds is when I thought you would have seen Fury step it up and really go for the win or the knockout. I did originally say round nine, and I thought that's when it was going to happen, but he did what he was going to do. He boxed from the outside. He used his body. You know, nothing bad for Dillian Whyte. He just lost to the better man. Um, and we obviously want to see what Tyson Fury is going to do. We want to see him either Anthony Joshua or Usyk. Right now, he should not retire. He's not going to retire. I think he's just blowing smoke as he usually does. He's got a good mouthpiece on him. He likes to get the people excited, get them going and stuff. But I think that's the fight to be made. And just think about it like this: just maybe 2 years ago, even 3 years ago, there was like the three names right at the heavyweight division. It was Fury, Wilder, and Joshua. And then now, yeah, you throw Usyk in there, so you have Fury beat Wilder 2 times, possibly could have been three. So you knock that guy you knock that one off out of the off the top,
Yep.
and then all that's left is Usyk and Joshua, and Joshua lost to Usyk, so they got the rematch. I think was like in the summer. So I think he's gonna sit and wait. He's gonna see how each one of these guys looks. I also think that next year we will see most likely the Ngannou fight. That they're gonna
Yeah.
do a little exhibition.
Yeah, I
There's
think
money
so
to be
too.
made. There's definitely money to be made in that, man. So I well, we kind of skipped over something really quick. I forgot to mention this, Julian, our Combat for Hope, a little update. If you want to share a little information that we just got.
Hey, speaking on, I don't know if a lot of you guys know the owner of Rollies, Mateo. He actually offered, to help us out, with the whole program, when needed. He's offered actually his space, his restaurant space, where we're actually right now in the pre-planning, right now of getting an event, possibly a sanctioned amateur event, or even a showcase for all our gyms here. And that's pretty much what's going on right now. It's a work in progress. Of course, we're talking with a couple of guys from Sweet Science Boxing as well, Ruben, to help us out. Like I said, I'm going to be talking to the rest of the other gyms here in town. From all of them, all the MMA. That way everybody could present themselves at this showcase. That way they can get new members. We're actually going to bring in the neighborhood, the community there. Because the neighborhood there is actually it's gotten pretty bad. I grew up in that neighborhood. And I feel that something like this would actually trigger the Combat for Hope name. It'll actually get it up there to where what we want to do. Show what we want to do. Like I said, huge shout out to Mateo, man. I really appreciate what you told me, and stuff like that. And of course, he'll be a future partner with us here pretty soon. Of course, he's working on his big things, and
Yes, sir.
we're hoping for him, for the best too. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
like I said, shout out though. Like I said, Rolly's on 12th. I mean, everybody go check it out, man. He's a neighborhood guy, and like I said, good dude. And like I said, when we announce the event, we really hope a lot of you guys can make it out there because it's going to be pretty fun. We're hoping it will be fun.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, amazing news, especially for what we're trying to do, man, with this Combat for Hope. Everybody stay tuned. As soon as we announce more stuff, we're working on a social media page too. So that'll be in the works, man. Combat for Hope's huge.
Social media,
Um,
website as well. So I mean, the website's coming soon too.
yep,
Of
all of
course,
it,
it's
man.
going to have all the information on there that we need, for any sponsor, any donation, for any individual donations. Like I said, everything's tax exempt here.
Yes.
For anybody that does, we will provide you any receipts, anything, pretty much, so you guys can have for your end of the year taxes.
Yeah, hey, for sure, man. So Combat for Hope, everybody stay tuned. It's gonna be some pretty cool stuff. Before we move on, I just wanted to, get your input on this one really quick. I know
Okay.
this fight happened 2 weeks ago. Just your quick overall thought, man. What you thought, what you expected. What's next? Because I
It's
mean,
actually
I seen you on social media, and you know, I respect everything you say, and we both kind of go a little bit back and forth on what we think between
yeah, well,
Crawford
especially
and
on these
support.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
So,
and
what was your thought on this one, man? What did you like and what you didn't like?
you know what? I mean, there was more impressive. I mean, he more impressed me this fight, than I thought he was not going. I thought he was gonna make more mistakes in this fight. I mean, which he did. He made mistakes, that I saw that he needs to work on when he does fight Terrence Crawford. Okay, and let me just say this. The output of punches that this dude puts out, it's pretty crazy too. I mean, he puts out anywhere from 60 to 74. I mean, I think his output 73 average around, and I mean that's pretty crazy. I mean, look what he's done. He has a thing for eyes. I mean, look what he did to Cal Brook.
Oh, that was yeah. And he actually
Yeah,
broke the other eye, not
the other eye. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He
the other
didn't
eye.
re-injure it. Yeah.
But no, no. But I'm saying, but like, I mean, look what he does. I mean, this these are just little examples. I mean, his body pressure, his attack. It's that come forward. Terrence Crawford, of course, likes you to come forward. Terrence Crawford likes that groove. I mean, Terrence Crawford he has the, he has the, just, I'm just going to say this, man, the fight, this is going to be the first big time challenge where we're actually going to say, can Terrence Crawford do this?
For actually for
Let's
both
see.
guys, to tell you the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah, no, 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 so, no. You're not lying. You're not lying. Both guys. I mean, this goes on Spence's part too. I mean, Spence, like I said too. I mean, but the dude did take a two-piece with no damn mouthpiece, bro. I mean, from Ugas. I mean, technically, I mean, I think TC probably would have bounced on that. Like
Yeah.
more of a ring IQ for him. But you can't really say what's gonna happen in the ring
No, it's
right now.
hard, man.
Yeah,
It's
like you can't
hard.
like for me right now. I mean, the only reason to have Spence over him right now because he owns all those belts right now. He owns way more in the division than he. He's the man in the division, and that's the man TC wants to chase. Okay, of course, TC is ranked above him. In the power rankings. I have it right now 4 or 5. Spence Crawford. That's just me right now. That's right now. I mean, after this fight, one of these guys is gonna be in my top 3. Okay, I
Or
mean,
even top two.
or yeah, or even top 2. Yeah, exactly, or even top 2. Because like I said, I
Hmm.
mean, there's just so many fights. I mean, well, you have a Nouye and Donaire coming up too. I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, I'm a big time Nouye fan, man, and Donaire. And I think that's gonna that'll implant something too, into my power rankings too. Because I mean, there's just so much going on right now. Of course, we have the Haney fight coming up. Haney versus Cambosos. Shout out to Little Romeo though and John and JT, man.
Yeah.
Seeing
Hey,
those
congrats.
freakers. Hell yeah, man. Freaking Larry Holmes,
Yeah.
everybody. You guys spent all those boys. Freaking, but they but, just I mean, just so much going on. I mean, just the next 2 weeks alone, the Canelo team's gonna be rocking. I mean,
Oh
you
yeah.
have Oscar Valdez coming in this weekend. You Shakur Stevenson. I mean, the power, man. I mean, that's gonna be crazy. I mean, next weekend, of course, you have the King himself fighting, and I mean, it just goes on and on after that weekend. I mean, this
Yeah.
goes into July now. I mean, July's starting to fill up now too,
Yeah.
and
It is.
it's just going on and on. But now it's just, I mean, this whole thing. Spence right now. I just really think he has the tendency, of lunging. He's a big time lunger. When he throws when he throws, his power hook, to the right side, because he is a southpaw. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of work to be done, if he's gonna fight somebody like TC.
Oh yeah.
And same goes for Terrence Crawford. There's gonna be a lot of work done too. I don't think he's seen an output like this, but he has been put down twice. And Gamboa put him down once, and then of course you had the Red Machine put him down once. Of
Not
course they didn't.
officially.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, not officially, but he was. But it was a damn knockdown.
Yeah.
And I mean, for somebody like Gamboa, who just lost to Pitbull.
Yeah. That was a couple years ago.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
wasn't
yes,
at
yes, it was.
147
Yeah,
though.
yeah, 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 it was. I mean, yeah, true that. But But like I'm just saying though, I mean, just stuff like that is what has me questioning stuff.
Yeah,
Like has me questioning the TC side. But like I said too, I mean, of course, I think we got to see what kind of a job Spence has after that, what he did after we took.
yeah,
You
for
know, because
sure.
Ugas, I mean, because we heard that.
Yeah. And then actually right before that, one of the guys, Ring IQ, actually posted a video showing like 3 seconds before he got hit, and then he got hit. So he actually got a hit with a shot that kind of make him stumble. He kind of stumbled, but he took like a step back, and then he came forward, and that's when he got hit, and the mouthpiece came out.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know, man. I'm still slightly favoring TC, and it's not by very much because it's all going to depend on what what game plan Ugas has. What plan Spence has, what plan TC has.
Who makes the
But
first mistake in this fight?
yeah, but overall, like with the Ugas and Spence, it's not what I expected. I think a lot of us expected Ugas. I think a lot of people actually picked Ugas to upset, and then it wasn't because they didn't like Spence. They just wanted to see what Spence was going to come because of the eye injury, the layoff. His last couple of performances weren't. I mean, yeah, he won, but he really doesn't stop anybody. And the only reason why this one was stopped was in the seventh round. That's when he had the eye injury. And who's to say what would happen later on? Because Ugas, he tends to be pretty good with as far as like the stamina going into the later rounds. But I still think that Ugas was obviously getting outpointed. But I guess back to the performance, I was very impressed with Spence. I think a lot of us were very impressed. It was pretty much the old Spence that you saw even before the Cal Brook, or actually when he fought Cal Brook. So it looked like there were some flashes of, excuse me, the old Earl Spence. And one thing I did,
I just feel Spence isn't getting enough respect. You
I think
know,
he is. I think he's getting plenty of respect. I think it's
like I'm
you have,
just
and then you know what? It's because you have people that are TC fans, and you have people that are Spence fans. So it's not like it's disrespect. It's you're obviously going to ride with the guy that you think is going to win. I
just
think
logic. I guess you could say
yeah, that's
logic.
pretty much what it is, right? But I mean, it should. I don't think. I don't. We talked about this. I don't think it's going to happen this year because I think Staleness might end up getting that nod to happen next. I know not a lot of people were excited about that, but to keep your honor and your word, Staleness is supposed to be next, and then you might see Thurman and Crawford next.
And
Which
Crawford, yeah,
I know
which
a lot of people.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind it.
yeah, thank you. I'm glad you said that because some people are like, "Why?" But if you think about it, if you look at some of their last opponents, like Thurman is better than pretty much most of those opponents that both guys have faced.
All because he has one loss, everybody talks shit.
I,
And
I
like
mean,
and like we talk about, who cares if you have one loss? Canelo has one loss. Look at the damn dude now.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
Charlo put it best the other day. Even though I hate the dude, really, you know, like like as a personality, he's horrible. Like he's just like, but like, like what he's
but
doing right now outside of the ring. I'm not approving of, but like I said, just like you said the other day, I mean, Canelo is where he is right now because he worked his ass off to get there. He fought
exactly.
the people that he had to get. He had to. Some people don't agree with some of the people he fought, but hey, I mean, we didn't agree with some of the fights freaking Mayweather did. We didn't agree with some of the
It's
fights
just
Pacquiao fought.
yeah, like you said, it's logic. At the end of the day, that's it's gonna be logic, man. And you're gonna have people that are happy about it. Some people aren't. But either way, um, you know, let's see this. Hope this happens. You were very impressed with Spence. I was very impressed with Spence. You're riding with Spence to win this. I'm slightly favoring Crawford. Everybody sees it the way they want. It's logic, and nothing wrong with that. As long as everybody keeps it respectable and nobody, gets violent about it, because obviously nobody's getting paid to
I'm gonna
to
put it out there
represent.
real quick. I'm gonna put it out there real quick. PBC, that is a $70 fight. That is a $70
Speaking
fight.
of PBC, I don't know if you saw this, but someone posted since I think the Ocampo fight to the Ugas, his numbers have been dropping in the pay per
Oh
views.
yeah. Uh-huh. Oh
So I
yeah.
don't know if it's Al Heyman not knowing what he has, and he should have put this fight out there along, maybe last year or a year and a half ago with the TC, because that would have brought those numbers up, because that's what people want to see.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah. So well, on to the encore for this weekend. We got, of course, the ladies up to bat first. I think I heard this one is actually going to be shown a little bit before the
Yeah.
Shakur and the Valdez fight. Julian, what
No,
are
I
your thoughts on this, man?
think it's at 3 o'clock this fight.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's overseas. Oh no, it's in New York. I'm tripping. I'm tripping right now. So it's in New York. So like I said, it's 3 hours ahead. So I figured they're gonna this Mandalay Bay. That one's at 7. So one's gonna be at 4 o'clock, I believe. This will be a 4 o'clock showing. I think that I saw. Double check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 3. Well, the card starts at 1, and then of course we should start having everybody dance. But what a card that has, though, right?
Yeah, for
Undercard.
sure.
Now,
Real quick.
undercard's pretty cool.
Yeah, just real quick. Just want to send a shout out to the homie Chicano Prophet. What's up? Thanks for stopping by.
Well,
Thank you
no, my
very much.
brother. Heck yeah, man, I appreciate him a lot. But like I said, I mean, Katie Taylor, and Serrano, man, the first ever headliners, of women's boxing. Excited. We already talked about how excited we were, on this, seeing women actually headline an event. Well deserved on both ends. Both Serrano has one loss, of course. She's 42-1. Katie Taylor, of course, she's 20-0. But I mean, Serrano has the KO ratio on her, I believe. Uh, Serrano, I have her winning via split decision. On I say split decision only because I mean I know Katie Taylor's gonna come in here to bang, and Katie Taylor's gonna come in. I'm pretty sure she's gonna give Samantha Serrano a run for her money. I mean, she's already lost one time. She wants to be that person to give her a second loss and continue her undefeated dominance. Katie Taylor does have power, though too. I mean, it doesn't show on her record. It doesn't show on her record, but it does show. When she's in the ring, she is a boxer. She is definitely a boxer, Katie Taylor. But going back to like Amanda Serrano, I mean, we've seen her in some fights, where we question what she does, but she's a come forward fighter. She's also, but like I said, she's a dog. She comes to bang too. Um, do I expect somebody to hit the ground, the canvas, this whole thing? Yes, I do, and I do expect it to be Taylor possibly. But I do expect Taylor to bounce back from that kind of adversity. And Chicano said we would also enjoy Vargas. Oh, so I'm definitely loving that one right there. That's one of the ones I wanted to talk about. Jesse Vargas, Liam Smith. And it's gonna be a good undercard Chicano right there. I really like that fight going into the co-main event. Going into this
Yes.
fight.
Yeah, exactly. And that's Vargas's first time at 154. All right.
Yes, yes, it is.
And
That's
that's
what
a good.
exactly what I was saying.
Actually a really good fight for both guys, man. But
Yep, yep, exactly. And like I was saying, Drew, I don't know if you were right here talking,
yeah,
listening over, but like I said, I mean, Amanda Serrano, like I said, I mean, she has a KO ratio definitely over Katie Taylor.
yeah,
She definitely has a KO power. She's been in some. She's lost one time, and I think Katie Taylor's actually gonna take. I think she's actually been watching film on that on that fight, But that was early. I think that was what 4 or 5 years ago when she lost. I think,
mm,
yeah. And when she did lose, I mean, she bounced back, of course, and now we're here. We're here and we're ready to go, man. So, like I said, I mean, I'm just excited for this fight. I mean, it's well deserved. Like I said, going back to very well deserved.
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about this one too. Um, just offhand, real quick, history. I guess the second highest pre-sale
Yeah,
for
out the gate.
men or women, yeah, at the Madison Square Garden. So that should tell you just enough right there that these women are doing exactly what they came to do, man. They came to conquer the
Since
sport as
Ali,
well. Yeah,
since Ali.
they came to conquer the sport, and it's good to see. As far as picking favorites, man, it's gonna go down to I think it's gonna go down obviously to the wire. It's gonna go back down to the end. I think Serrano first half is gonna put away some early rounds. Taylor is a little bit better technical as far as like technical between the two. Like Serrano,
Yep,
not
that's
that
what.
she's sloppy, but she comes forward, she throws straight shots, she's aggressive. But in her previous fights, you see her actually get hit a little bit more towards the end. So let's see, and these are like each other's competition. Like they both this is gonna be their both their toughest fights
Yeah.
on record for both these guys.
Yep. It's gonna put them on the map, of course. I think it's gonna put women's boxing where it needs to be at.
Yeah, man, it is. Everybody's talking about it, man. Even even Clarissa Shields, Layla Ali, like everybody, a lot of these former women, especially Christy
Yep.
Martin. You can't forget.
They're all gonna be there.
Yeah,
They're all gonna be there. That's a fact right there.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I really hope they do represent because I mean they're a part of this growth.
yeah. And it's good shit, man. Good stuff. It's I don't know. I'm a kind of a little bit on the fence. I'm picking this one, but I'm gonna
I have a
slightly
split. I have a
split.
split. Like
All
it
right.
says, split decision by Serrano, and it's
Yeah.
not gonna be by very much. I'm telling you
Yeah.
that.
I'm with you on that. And then back to Chicano's request real quick. Julian, he wants to know what our predictions are. What do you think? How this Liam Smith and Vargas is gonna go?
I think Liam Smith edges Vargas. I think he's. I think him being Liam Smith. I mean, and this being Jesse Vargas's first dance at 154.
Mhm.
I just think it's gonna be. I just think it's gonna be kind of a challenge for Jesse Vargas. I mean, Liam Smith has already been here. And I just think Liam Smith breaks him down. Does he knock him out? We have seen him hit the canvas before,
Smith
but
or
no,
Vargas?
no, 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 Vargas, Vargas,
Mm.
Vargas. And he, just sorry, I got a new dog,
Damn
guys.
it.
But like I said, I mean, just top of the. I mean, I got Liam Smith winning this majority decision.
Hey,
Just
good choice. All right. Well, I think it's a good fight. It's almost like a crossroads fight in a way for both these guys, right? Like you're seeing Vargas his first time at 154. Liam Smith has always been very competitive at 154. Shit, man, it's gonna be a tough one for me to pick. I think I don't know. Something just tells me I'm gonna go against you in this one, Julian. I'm gonna pick Vargas, man. I don't know why, but um, yes, he's on
sure.
social media saying, you know what, this is the best and strongest you ever seen me at 154. But I'm just gonna slightly favor Vargas. I think Styles for me just kind of makes the fighting kind of is gonna matter because Liam Smith is more of kind of like your more European type fighter, and Vargas, he's known to be technical in the beginning and then just turn it up towards the end. I think we might see Vargas actually the win. I think it's going to be a majority the other way around, like you said, Liam majority. I'm gonna pick Jesse Vargas on that, and I'm not shaking on this, so don't worry, we're not betting. So yeah,
No, it's all good. It's all good. But now it's
sure.
gonna be a good one, man. I mean, you even have a Galafi fighting that night too. I mean, it's gonna be a good one for him too. Galal, I mean Galal Yafai, he's fighting too that
Yeah,
night.
I think that's going to be a second professional fight. He made a debut a
Yeah.
couple weeks back. I don't remember which card it was, and then you also, of course, um, it's a good card, man. I think it's
Yeah.
actually a better card than the Dillian White and
Yeah. Khalil Cole too. I mean, up and comer too. He's coming up here too. He's
yeah,
gonna be opening the night.
yeah. So
So I mean, shout out to him too.
yeah, good shit, good stuff. And
So
then I
later on
know,
that night.
yeah, I know we gotta speed through this episode a little bit quick, but here it
Yeah, we
is,
gotta
main
do it.
main attraction right here. I think when I'm watching these fights, I'm gonna probably damn it, man. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. I think I'm gonna have to end up watching both these fights at the same time. Phone, tablet. I'll be at work watching this on my break. But here it is, man. This is the one we've been wanting. This is the one they've been asking for. This is the one that Shakur's been asking for since 126. He's a young guy calling out Valdez. He finally got his wish at 130. Julian, talk to me.
Experience versus youth and ring IQ. This is what this is gonna come down to. Uh, um, at the beginning of this whole thing, I have Shakur. I have Shakur edging out Valdez. Okay, but just I mean, what Valdez is gonna show up to this fight? Are we gonna see the Burchelt? Are we gonna see the Concio? We're gonna see the Lopez version of Valdez. You know, and I just believe that the only way Oscar wins this fight is if he commits to the body early. Commits to the body early. I believe he breaks. If he does break that, if he does break the range of Shakur Stevenson with that body, it's of course it's going to slow him down. Of course, Shakur is going to have the problem to counter like he always does. Of course, Shakur's rate of getting hit is ridiculous. And they've been going at it. Since this. since this was announced. I mean, of course, they're talking about the whole ducking thing. Of course, they're talking trash to each other while they're doing their interview. Of course, they say, "Don't
Mhm.
drink the tea this time." you
No,
know,
no cheating. No cheating.
yeah, no cheating. But it's just just a man like, will Shakur be able to withstand a real puncher's power, a real body attack?
Mhm.
I mean, because I feel that's what Oscar's going to have to do. I mean, because skill wise, he's not gonna match Shakur. He is not matching Shakur skill wise. Power wise, he has that chance.
Yeah, you know it's a question that I ask myself. Like, have we really seen Shakur's power yet?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we want to find out.
Yeah.
And of course, just like you said too, it's not, and he's not lying. Oscar probably should have took this fight at 126. Now he's bigger. Oh yeah, and it's true. It's just the truth though. I mean, he's a bigger. He's more. He's more athletic, of course.
Mhm.
You know, uh, skill wise, like we said, of course, he has the skill, the IQ. Like we're saying, we've seen Oscar Valdez in the adversity. We've seen Oscar Valdez come back.
Yes.
We've seen that. Um, oh man, like it's just hard for me to choose this fight, because I just don't want to go against. But just gotta be real. I always
I,
gotta be real. I always
yeah,
gotta be
I
real,
know.
man.
Hey, bro, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, man.
I always gotta be real. Of course, I love my Tucson boy, dog. I love him to death.
hey, you
You
gotta
know, I
if you're
love,
gonna rap
I
with
love,
Valdez, Julian,
yeah,
nobody's gonna hold it against you, bro. Like you like what you like.
yeah. I love this kid, bro, and I love Oscar Valdez, bro. But I mean, like I said, if he doesn't do what I just said this weekend, then Shakur Stevenson by majority decision.
Yeah. So you pretty much gave us what Valdez has to do to win, and then you gave us what we believe Shakur will win
Yeah,
is
what he's gonna do,
what.
because we already know the skill that he has, so we don't even have to talk about what the hell he does.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man, I think if you watch like the blood, sweat, and tears episodes, and you look at the comments, people on YouTube, people on Instagram, Twitter, like everybody's writing the same way. They're like, man, you know what? Like Valdez looks focused. Like he knows what's at hand. He's 100% focused. He knows the last fight. He even said it himself that he had distractions. He wasn't himself 100%. And what I like about it is Valdez isn't posting video after video after video. It's like he's doing a quick training video, and he's focused 100% in this fight, and that's what I like to see. And I agree with you on the breakdown for this. Like if Valdez is gonna win, I think he's gonna have to start going to the body. And I know he said it too. He said it right there when they were sitting next to each other, or he might have said it off camera, but they interviewed him. He says he knows he's got to go after the body, and
Ali's box freaking the one that asked him that question.
yeah, and he knows he's got to do that. And I agree. That's what he's got to do. He's got to if Shakur makes a mistake, he could catch Shakur, hurt him. So the two questions obviously was one, what kind of power does Shakur really have? Have we really seen Shakur's um, power yet? And the other question is, how will Shakur handle his power? And then another one that I thought was, how will Shakur handle this light, like under these lights, right? It's in Vegas. We
The
know
bigger lights that he's had. This is the biggest lights that he's
thing
had.
in Vegas, it's going to be pro Valdez. Like a majority of people, and it's just the demographic. They're going to go for the Mexican fighter, right? You're going to have you can have more Mexican fans, or not just Mexican, but you're going to have more Valdez fans just in the area where they're at. So, and we're going to see, is he going to be able to handle booze? Is he going to be mentally focused, ready? Under the lights. Those are questions I want to I want answered. But
What I want
um,
to see, because I've seen him actually hit before with it.
mhm,
Um, I I think Shakur's really prone to the left hook, and that's one of Oscar Valdez's best punches.
yeah, it is.
Okay, so I feel too. I mean, like we're saying, if he does break down, if he does get into that body, if he does get into that range, Oscar Valdez could land a pretty damn big shot with that left hook.
Yeah, and you know what's surprising to me too is Shakur does look like the naturally bigger guy, but when they're next to each other, it doesn't look like by
Yeah,
very
not at
much.
all. Not at all. I mean, and I don't think Oscar's intimidated by that. I mean,
No, he's not.
he's trained his butt off for this. He's already been in the slide already. Of course, coming off a controversial fight and then coming off a fight of the year. Knockout of the year. You know, prior to that, I mean, and then the fight before that, of course, he had some trouble, but he still came out and victorious. Then the
Yeah,
fight before that, he broke his jaw and still won.
yeah. Hey, you know
I
what?
mean,
And then
what is this dude? I mean, you can't say that this dude doesn't have heart. You can't say that he's
yep,
not gonna come in just to bang with you, man. Cause
yep.
and you can't say that he's not a boxer either. Because otherwise, he wouldn't be undefeated. He wouldn't be here right now.
No, you know what? This is the thing. So I when I rewatched the Conceição and Oscar fight, I didn't want to, dude. I only watched it one time, and that was when we're in the stands. And then even then, I didn't even like completely watch it because obviously the crowd was like, "Oh man, you know what? Conceição won this. He got robbed. Oh, it was a draw. Oh, Oscar won this by a round." So I didn't want to look at it and disappoint myself. But when I rewatched it, dude, it was cool to see like Oscar actually like you saw the experience. And I think that's what a lot of people aren't real are kind of looking past his experience and what he did. He actually changed the way this fight went, and Conceição had a little bit to do with it too. Like he kind of went off of his game plan,
Yep.
what was working for him. But I think why that happened was because um what Valdez did, like the body shots, and then Conceição took a couple of headshots that kept them away a little bit from trying to be a little aggressive. But as far as this breakdown, I think that's what's going to happen if Valdez doesn't start putting the rounds early away to the body. Like, I mean, I'm riding with my boy too, man. I love Oscar Valdez. I'm a big fan. But that's what he knows what he's got to do. He said it himself, and he's got a good team right there. Canelo, Eddie. They're working on a master plan. They're not just working on one game plan. They're working on
Yep.
many different things in order to win. Now the thing is,
Yeah,
Shakur,
Canelo faced stuff like this before.
yeah, and the thing
Faster
was
fighters.
exactly, and the thing with Shakur is he's like I'm expecting him to come and brawl with me. And now if that's the only thing he's expecting, I hope he has a plan B at least.
Yeah,
You know,
because I mean, if Oscar makes him come to him, then I think that's a problem. Because
that,
then I think because then after that, I mean, Stevenson's used to pushing the pace.
yep,
With his like I said with his boxing skill, he's used to pushing that pace. He's used to putting that damn jab in your face, and he has a power jab. He's a natural righty. He's a
exactly.
natural freaking righty. So I mean, he's gonna put that jab in your face. He's gonna pop that shit.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, and he could pop you with that left hand too, that straight left. He could switch it up on you, and that's just the only thing that concerns me with Oscar Valdez is just a faster fighter.
Yeah.
Like, and this is his first southpaw in 7 years,
Well,
and that's just another question too, for me. I mean, but what version of Oscar are we gonna see? What version of Shakur are we gonna see? Are we gonna see a Shakur has to overcome adversity, or
hey, Mayweather used to do it.
Mayweather was 5'9", remember really 5'6".
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hey, yeah. So I think that's what I'm going with, man. I picked Shakur the other day, but I think instead of picking one person to win, I'm just gonna go with whoever's game plan is executed. So if Valdez isn't able to hurt Shakur when he should, then Shakur is gonna most likely win this fight. But Julian, I mean, any final words? Because I do got to get going.
No, man, I don't really know, man. But like I said, I mean, everybody just stay tuned to all these fights this weekend. Also, Alfonso Rivera, my trainer, ex-trainer, Jesse Harrell, man. Good luck to you guys this weekend, man. He's gonna bring it home. WBC silver lightweight championships coming to Tucson. That's all I can tell you. Alfonso Olvera, come get it, brother. I mean,
Yeah,
we love you, man. We love you guys.
good luck for my
Like I said, I mean, that fight's in Texas. Also, Rahman Jr. and Morrison, son, too, are going at it too that night.
nice man. Good
So
stuff.
I
Good.
mean, but like I said, I mean, it's been a hell of a ride today. Watch these fights this weekend. Support local. Support Combat for Hope because we're trying to get all these kids off the street right now.
Yes, we are, man.
We're trying to help out as many people as we can, from young adults to these little kids, man, to their families. Trying to get them educated. Trying to get them where they need to be.
Educated, you know it. And hey,
Yeah.
man, Julian, great episode, man. Thank you. I know me and you, we've been keeping in contact with each other over the Combat for Hope and in the fights.
Yeah.
I look forward to talking to you, Julian, or messaging you over the fights because I won't be able to watch this in the comfort of my home. I'll be at work. You know.
Of course, I won't blow it for you like I have about maybe four
Hey,
or five of your fights, but I won't do that to you.
you do that shit all the time, dude. But hey, I love you for that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey though, I'm expecting you to be watching.
yeah. You're gonna be like, hey, did you watch it? And if I
Yeah,
say, Yeah, right. That's gonna be your first text message.
Yep.
Like, did you watch it?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, he'll show you on the next episode.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, guys, man. Well, George, man, get your butts to work, man. We appreciate you, Tucson Boxing World. Like I said, man, support local. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Off the ropes.